So you clicked on this video, you probably want to make $100,000 a month. If you're watching this channel, you're probably young, you're probably ambitious, you probably watch Tate and Iman Gadzhi all day, and you think you're one of the special ones. You think that magically you're just going to get to $100,000 a month, you're going to be rich because you saw a few motivational videos on TikTok, and you think that you are actually going to make it because you're one of the special ones. You think that you're just going to make millions of dollars a year, you're going to live the crazy lifestyle, you're going to be driving around in McLarens, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, have all the money, and it's just going to come to you. But the reality is it isn't. I'm not going to be nice in this video. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. If you want to, listen to that, go watch someone else's channel. Go watch Iman Gadzhi's top 3 steps on how to get to 10K a month or $100,000 a month, whatever. I'm going to break down the actual reality of how I got there, how you can get there if you have what it takes, and why most of you watching simply will never get there. You're never going to touch $100,000 profit in your life. 99% of you. It's not impossible, but the reality is over 99% of you actually will not touch those numbers. So if you want to actually be one of those 1%ers, I recommend you watch to the end of this video. If you don't have a 10-minute attention span, you're guaranteed to not make it. So watch this video. I'm going to break down how I got there at 19 years old and how you can get there as well. So first things first, everybody is self-made. The only people that admit they're self-made are millionaires. Everybody's self-made. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care if you're LeBron James. I don't care if you're a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur. You're self-made. Now, LeBron James and the multi-millionaire entrepreneur are going to flaunt to everybody that they're self-made. But the guy who works at McDonald's, the guy who works at the car wash, who's at the drive-thru, he is not going to admit he's self-made. But everybody in this world is self-made. You are where you are right now because of the actions you have taken in your past. Every single thing you've done has led you to this point, and you are self-made to the person you are today. So before you make these changes, you got to ask yourself, are you happy with the person you are right now? If you watch this video, you probably aren't. If you clicked on this video, you probably want to make a change, and the reality is you're probably not at the money you want to make. Probably not at $100,000 a month. You're probably not even at $10,000 a month. But that is okay, because you can make changes just like I did to turn your life around in a full 180 into a compounding spiral of success. So let's break down Newton's third law. Newton's third law says that every impact, every action will equate to an equal and opposite reaction. This means every single thing you put in, you are going to get out. You know that saying, you get out what you put in? That is 100% true. Now, when I was growing my business, when I was starting my sports page, I posted 4 times a day for 6 months. I was studying the top guys in my industry. I was working. I was watching content to make me better at the content I was making. I was spending all of my time on the input. I was not focused on how many views I was getting. I was not focused on how much money I was making, because it wasn't time to monetize. It was time to build. Everyone wants to monetize. Everybody wants to make the money, but nobody wants to build the thing that's going to make them money first. I know that sounds like the simplest concept ever, but it's 100% true. But to get away from that side note, to get back on track, you need to only focus on the input. How much are you putting in to what you want? You can't cheat the universe, you can't cheat God, you can't cheat life. If you want to get what you want to get, you need to put in everything you have. And once you actually start doing that, you will get it. If you don't have what you want right now, you probably haven't tried hard enough. You probably don't actually want it. Not to the degree that it takes to get the big goal that you want to achieve. You need to simply want it more and focus on the input. If you're working every day, if you're doing every single thing you're supposed to every day for an extended period of time, and you're only focused on your goals, you're not living in fear, you're not thinking about failures, you're not thinking about if it doesn't work, what if, you're thinking about success, and you're working on what you're supposed to be doing every single day, you will succeed. Now, that's Newton's third law. Input equals output. Step 1, focus on the input. Put everything you have into the goal you're trying to achieve. Now, step number 2, we're going to talk about As a Man Thinketh, aka the Law of Attraction. They're 2 separate books, but they talk about the same thing. You must think about what you want to become, and you must not only just think about what you want to become, you must be who you want to become before you actually become it. Now, if you know anything about the Law of Attraction, basically the Law of Attraction summed up, I actually got the book. the secret right here. What you think about is what you become. Your primary thoughts is what you become. So think about right now, what are your majority of thoughts? What are they like? Are they of you failing or are they of you succeeding? If it's only about you winning, if it's only about you getting where you want to go, you're already on the right track. You need to constantly think about who you want to become, and you need to feel what it's like to be that person before you become that person. That's why I talk about spending money so much. You need to feel rich. You need to get into an environment like this. Look at these buildings behind me. Living in Miami has been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. That's for another video. But the point is, you need to surround yourself with high energy. You need to surround yourself with winners. You need to surround yourself with wealth. You need to physically see and feel the wealth, not through a screen, not through a TikTok motivational video, with your own two eyes. You need to see somebody like me roll up in the McLaren so you know that it's possible. Now, I know that was a little bit of a cocky answer, but the truth is, you need to see it. You need to feel it. Go rent that expensive car that you can't afford. Go tour a $5 million condo in the city you want to live in. Go get around the wealth. Go feel it. See what it's like. And once you start doing that, you are going to start simultaneously thinking with your conscious and subconscious mind about actually winning. You're going to start thinking about success. You're not going to think about failure anymore, because once you see it's possible, then your mind cannot go back. The law of exposure states that once you see something, you cannot unsee it. That's why being in an environment like this is so powerful. Once you see people winning, once you see 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, even 15-year-olds out here making millions of dollars, then you know it's possible. Your subconscious now 100% knows it's possible. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you believe me. I'm sure you don't think this whole thing is a big scam, that this is fake, the watches are fake, the cars are fake, and I've been renting them every single day for years. But the truth is, you don't 100% know it's real because you haven't seen and felt it with your own two eyes. Now, once you do that, once you start truly believing what you want to achieve is achievable, that's when you'll get there. So let's break down what I've gone over so far. First, focus on the input, Newton's third law. Second, think about success. The reason I tied in being in a successful environment to the law of attraction, thinking about success, is because it's a lot easier to think about success when you've actually seen it with your own two eyes. So those are the first two things I've talked about. Next, going off of what I said about the law of attraction, you need to be the person you want to become now. How does that person dress? How does that person speak? How does that person move day to day? How productive is that person? How in shape is that person? You can't wait for it to appear, because if you do that, it will never appear. You need to be that person now. You need to get the best version of you on paper to a T, what that person looks like, and you need to start taking those traits of that person, the better version of you, and start acting on those traits right now. Once you are that person, even if it's before the money's in your bank account, even if it's before you have all the muscles you want to have, you will start to become that person, because that is what you attract. You are that person. You're thinking about that person constantly. And the law of attraction states that if you act as what you want to become, you will become what you are acting as. So you need to attract that. You need to attract everything into your life like you are a magnet. And the way you do that is to act of what you want to become before you actually are that thing. So focus on the input. You need to get around the wealth. You need to get around high energy. Fix your thoughts. Think about what you want to become. And then step 3 is you need to act of what you want to become. You need to act like the person you're trying to be. You need to act like a millionaire. If you want to become a millionaire, would a millionaire be scared about going to a dinner and dropping $200? No, you wouldn't even think about the bill. You would just pay it. You would just go live that lifestyle. So start doing that now. Obviously, don't blow all your money. Don't be an idiot. Go take out a loan so you can buy a Lamborghini that you can't afford. But act as far as you can into that lifestyle you're trying to achieve without obviously putting yourself into debt. So that is what you need to do, guys. Those are the 3 main steps. Now, it's obviously much more complicated than that. You need to put in the input, but you need to do that for an extended period of time. When I'm talking about input, I don't mean working for 1 hour a day and watching a few motivational YouTube videos and think you had a successful day. I mean actually working, actually giving your all to your business, to your life, to your goals, acting like your life depends on it, because it literally does. Everybody's self-made, like I stated earlier in this video. The only reason you're not admitting that you're self-made is because you're not where you want to be. So change your life, start thinking about success, start acting like you're successful, start focusing on the input, giving your all to what you're trying to achieve. Only you know if you're actually giving your all. When you go to bed at night, are you proud of yourself, or are you simply thinking, I can do more, I can go harder, I'm not doing everything? If you're thinking those thoughts, you're not going hard enough and you're not going to get what you want. It needs to be a need. It can't just be a want. Once you actually need something, that's when the law of attraction can go into its motion. It has to be a need. You can't sort of want something. See, I have a DJ set, a very expensive DJ set in my living room. I kind of want to become a DJ. I don't know how to DJ because I haven't tried yet. I kind of want it. It's not a need in my life, but I do need to get rich. I need to get stronger. I need to get more powerful. And since I started saying those things to myself, they've came true. So it has to be a need. You have to focus on the input. You have to give your all on what you're trying to accomplish. You need to think about success, get rid of your negative self-belief, and you need to become that person now. Once you do all three of those things, you will propel yourself into a tornado of success. You'll get stronger, you'll get more money. Opportunities will just drop into your life because you are attracting every single thing you want to be. So do all those things, guys. It will change your life. Don't get discouraged when you see somebody like me or somebody else on the internet living the life you want to live. I started where you are right now watching this video, probably in a worse spot, honestly. No money in my bank account, an ambitious kid in high school, and it took me 1 year. It's a year and a half since I started my business. 1 year to go from my mom's basement to here in Miami, driving supercars, living the life I want. So you're a lot closer than you think. Lock in and get it done.